Okay, so we're not sure how to kick this off.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode where I am joined with my part-time co-host, Haiden Hill.
Yo, yo, yo.
And I am Christian Phillips. And this episode today I am upset about is going to be about the Red, White, and Royal Blue movie. So I think we should talk about our experience seeing the movie first for the first time. Hayden and I, before it premiered, went to a pre-screening down in Miami at a Regal Cinema.
Was it even? Oh, God.
It was a Regal.
That was a bad Regal.
Yeah, it was... So, the event itself wasn't the most ideal. Obviously, watching it in theaters was really cool. But the event was very disorganized.
Yeah, it was a mess.
We got there, did not know where to line up. We started downstairs, and then someone was like, okay, time to move upstairs. And then we sat there for a while, and they were like, actually, the line's downstairs.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, hot as balls up in there.
Yeah, we need to keep in mind this is Miami in the middle of July, right? August? Like, early August. There's no air conditioning in the atrium of this
And I wore pants.
And you were styling, too. I was wearing a light gray, like heather gray shirt. Bad move when it comes to sweating as well.
No, literally. It was ridiculously hot.
And everyone was fanning themselves with, like, their printed out ticket.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Christian also bought a soda that was larger than his head.
It was huge. And I was like, I did not expect it to be that big. And then I just had to carry it around for, like... How long did we wait? Like 30 minutes, an hour?
Yeah, it was a long time.
Just with a huge soda.
Yeah, it was just a big mess. And no one knew where to stand. There was like a balloon arch in the middle of everything. And it was just super weird and chaotic.
Yeah, and in the middle of like the entry, like you walk in and that's where the line was.
Yeah, the doors of the theater.
And so like people are trying to go and see other movies and you have a bunch of like geeks trying to watch Red, White, and Royal Blue. Just standing there right as soon as you walk in. A line of queers out the door.
Yeah, a line of queers. So anyway, really big mess in itself getting there. We were told to show up early because they said they were going to overbook the theaters. So anyway, we showed up early and so we were staying there for decades.
In the heat. So, fun experience.
I don't even remember.
Then we got free bookmarks, which was pretty cool. Because obviously it is a book adaptation.
And we took an extra because we grabbed our own.
We did. Because no one was there at first, so we just like snatched it.
And then we're like, let's take another one.
Yeah, like they came around offering it to everyone. We're like, well, I mean, might as well take an extra one. So now we both have 2 Red, White, and Royal Blue bookmarks.
Yeah, mine is sitting right there.
Mine is in my Frankenstein book I just bought.
I don't know. I'm waiting to give my other one to somebody. Anyway.
That's fair.
So then we get in, and then we're finally going to the theater.
And they give us little gift bags.
And it was really cute and silly. They had, like, a British soldier. I don't know what they're called.
Like the guard at the Buckingham Palace guard.
They had just one random guy. I think they spent all their money on him.
Yeah, probably. Because they didn't spend it on the co-host or on the host.
And then they gave us the gift bags that had flags.
And chapstick. And a tea bag.
British breakfast tea.
Yeah. Which the tea was a nice little touch. But everything else, like, they had, like, a luggage tag.
Can I be so candid, though? Yeah. I left it on the floor of the movie theater.
I don't blame you.
I did not take
I took the chapstick. And I
didn't get chapstick.
Oh, sorry.
What brand was it?
I think it was, like, chapstick brand. And then I think it was a weird-ass, like, cupcake flavor or something.
Probably for the cake.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now it makes sense. Never connected the dots.
It was a really weird, like, half-assed situation. And I guess coming from someone who works in events, I was even more lost.
No, I was so disappointed. And then we met the host.
And the reserve, but remember the reserve seats? They had, like, all these rows reserved.
So many, like, the entire, like
pretty much the whole theater.
Yeah, and, like, I don't think that many people, like... I was like, we reserved tickets, so why can't we sit in the... It was
very
weird. I was like... I don't know.
No one knew what was going on.
Yeah, and so people would try and sit up there and be like, no, those are reserved. And so we had to fill, like, the front, like, you know, the seats that no one wants and stuff, you know, like, they all sat in the beginning. But we luckily got there early enough where we had good seats.
See, it finally worked out. Sweating our asses off.
Yeah, it achieved something.
Anyway, go on about the host, Christian. Tell us.
So this is my main flaw. No hate to the host, okay?
No hate to the host. Hate to the host.
I just don't know why they asked him or why he was there at all. He did not read. It did not seem like he read the book. Or like
he absolutely didn't.
No, he definitely didn't, because
he's like a drag queen or something.
Yeah, he mentioned RuPaul,
he was on RuPaul's.
And being on RuPaul, which I mean is cool, but like, I mean,
I was lost in that whole thing. And then everybody started talking about their favorite drag queens.
Yeah, and it was like, and so they did like trivia questions where you could like win a gift card or whatever. And when I tell you, this man's trivia questions sucked. As like fans of the book,
so bad.
The first question was like, give the president's full name in the book.
Yeah, the only good question was the book published one, but even then it wasn't that good.
Yeah, we could have came up with so much better questions.
And he was pulling them up on his phone. He was like, hold on, I want to make sure I get this right. And he was like, what's the name of his mom?
I'm like, come prepared.
Bitch, it's the president.
Literally. And also,
he accepted Madam President.
He didn't even get the full name. Like, what? And then there was a tiebreaker question. They asked who the director was. And like one person said the first name, another person said the last name. So they were like, tiebreaker question. Guess what? Thrilling. Not anything related to the book or movie. He goes, okay, whoever guesses my freaking birthday gets the gift card. His birthday. I don't care what his birthday is.
Literally.
Oh my God.
And he was like giving hints, and I was like, why would we know this random man's birthday?
And then a later conversation about zodiac signs, and I was apparently the only Cancer in the room.
Yeah, then everybody started talking about zodiacs, and that was his crowd work. It was so weird.
Yeah.
So that was how we kicked it off. And then I was just on that topic very shocked at how like nobody in the room seemed to be like a book fan. Yeah. And I was kind of like, how did y'all get here then?
Literally,
like, where did you come from? You know, like
I thought there'd be more book
fans. I posted up with a custom embroidered t-shirt.
She got a gift card for that shirt. There was a lady who shouted her out and was like, we have someone who made a shirt over here, and that got the gift card.
That was the biggest win of the night.
That was.
He redeemed himself. I still don't know how much is on the gift card because I haven't put it in Amazon. But anyway,
I think it's like $25 they said or something.
I don't know. The people in that, I was like, where did you guys come from? I was like, in the books they're like, oh, we haven't read them yet. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm like, why?
How are you here?
Just going to movie screenings, I guess, which is like fun. But I'm like, I want something I'm passionate about. Like when Aristotle and Dante comes out, I was like, if there was a screening for that,
I'm so ready.
I'd be there because I also read the book.
I know this isn't what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that movie. Anyway,
I'm kind of scared, but I have high hopes.
I don't know. Anyway,
that's
fair. So I guess should we dive into the movie aspect now? This is where we have thoughts.
Despite
the screening part of it.
Yeah. So I think it started off. So I didn't realize that they were cutting characters.
Yeah.
Which I guess I can understand as a filmmaker. That like they need to make some adjustments and stuff, you know, but like they cut out his sister June from the book and Raph, and it was just like they offered some key moments that like I found like that like made me fall in love with the book, you know, and like the whole Raph plot line was way better than the plot line that they like changed it to in the movie.
Oh my god, it's
that like weird. There's like
that reporter didn't make any sense.
Yeah, so
he was awful too.
Yeah, he was disgusting.
What was his name? Miguel?
I think so.
Anyway.
But yeah, they removed June, and I was looking forward to this one scene that, like this one very scene that I loved. Because in the book, they mention that when Alex was like 12, he saw a picture of Henry in his sister's magazine. And, like, he would, like, frequently, like, visit her room to, like, look at it. And he thought about taking it and stuff. And it was just, like, a very, like, sincere, like, cute, like, moment that he didn't understand at the time. But then later realized what it was kind of thing. And that, like, it also plays in later because, like, his sister's, like, I kind of thought you were because there was, like, all your smudgy fingerprints on it. Which was also cut because inevitably they cut the sister. And like the White House trio, man.
I'm getting like all riled up thinking about the movie again. Like I have so many things to say.
Should we have summarized it for the viewers, or are we just gonna assume?
I was assuming that anybody who would even listen, the viewers, anybody who would be listening to this, knows what we're talking about.
Okay, I thought so.
I mean, this would not be exciting in any way.
No, yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about.
Hopefully we get the book fans involved.
Right. Or else I don't know why you're here. Like those people at that damn screening.
Literally.
Anyway.
Do you want to talk about the casting of the film first? Or do you want to keep talking about the plot elements first?
I don't know. let's talk about cast, because we already talked about June being gone, Raph being gone.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. First of all, this is plot, but it's also cast. The parents being married.
That...
Heartbreaking.
Literally.
I mean, like, good, but heartbreaking. We all know, well, no one knows, but my biggest qualm, unfortunately, with this movie is the casting, specifically with Alex. He's just not my Alex. Taylor, like, I've seen people, like, saying, like, he's our Alex. Like, thank God we got the perfect Alex. He takes so much heart to this character, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm sure he does care for Alex,
And I
sure.
respect his effort and love for the character.
Effort. I do think he's hot, but he's not my Alex. And I'm going to stand by that. And it really messes me up. And I was saying this. Alex is, like, my character in the book. And Henry's not so much. Like, love them both, but Henry's, like, my guy.
Yeah.
And in the movie, it totally flipped. And I think it's because of the casting.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Really heartbreaking.
I was very scared and a little disappointed in the casting when I first saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Saw about the casting, I mean. And I think he did a good job, but I think that they also just changed the character of Alex so much from the book, where it's like, with the casting and with the changes to the character, it just, like, kind of gave a whole new character instead of the Alex that we, like, know and love from the book, you know? Like, very different persona, and, like, also, like, performance obviously plays, like, a huge role in that.
Yeah.
And I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, and, like, he was just, like, not as... Again, no hate to Taylor. It's just that Alex, to me, is not as flashy. When I read Alex...
I agree.
He's not as flashy party boy, and they left out his political...
They didn't
like,
introduce,
that wasn't,
like, his passion.
Softness and anxiety and, like, he's not this perfect guy was not so much reflected as much as I would have hoped in the performance.
Definitely.
No hate, but he's just not my Alex, and that is a big hit for me.
No, I can agree. There were so many changes to the character and the performance that, like, it just felt like a different type of character. Like, his passion for politics wasn't even introduced in, like, the first 30 minutes to, like, 45 minutes of the film.
Literally.
And that's a huge part of his personality. Like, it kind of felt, like, randomly thrown in there later. Because, like,
it did.
You introduce, like, a party boy. And don't get me started on the line that, like, they first start out with him saying about Henry.
Hey. Yeah, first of all,
that pissed me off
problem with
much.
Henry is not that he's getting compared to Henry.
Exactly.
Let's get that straight.
It was so aggravating
right
listening to that in the movie when they, like, when Alex said that. Because, oh my gosh, in the book, Henry, isn't it that he thinks Henry has, like, the easy life. He thinks that it's so easy being the prince.
Yeah, he's privileged, he's posh.
Yeah, it's so, like, all he has to do is, like, stand for a photo and do charity work and shit.
He's also incredibly in love with him, which causes this whole other thing.
Yeah.
They also didn't, because of the poster thing, didn't talk about how he was actually in love with him his whole life.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for when Nora started to, like, unpack a little bit. But that was it.
I feel like Nora was really different from the book, too.
I agree.
Probably because she, like, upgraded to, like a more of a prevalent role.
Right, because June.
Yeah, but I don't know. I wasn't super impressed with her character in the film either. I mean, like, no hate to the actress. Like, she was so fantastic. Hot. She is.
She is exquisite.
I just think it was very different, like, their relationship in the book. And, like, they both kind of felt, like, more, like, of the party. And, like, honestly... Okay, don't hate me. I feel like there was a little lack of substance between their relationship.
There absolutely was. And that, because I think we lost the White House trio thing, and, like, we got...
And, like, Nora and June were best friends, and then, like, it was a whole, like... There were so many, like, layers and elements in the book that made it so good.
We didn't get that character depth.
Also, I don't understand how they say, like... I want to see the 3-hour version. I want to know what they cut out, what they included, because, like, I'm sure, like, maybe there was some more scenes, like... the freaking ice cream scene.
I know.
I can't believe they didn't
Can I say something problematic?
Of course.
So we watch. So we have the ice cream scene, obviously not in the movie, but, like, we have the cut of it. I didn't like it. Like, I liked it, but, like, again,
I'm a credit to Alex.
I don't like Alex.
I was like, also got weird vibes from the scene.
It was not
It wasn't
giving.
the same that
Also,
it
I
felt in
needed
the
them
book.
to be looking a lot more rumpled,
Yeah.
a lot more
They're both like just
sleep-deprived.
happen to be like hot as fuck in the middle of the night. Like
Literally. And also, one little thing, like he's on FaceTime with Nora, and like all of a sudden she's gone. Like you don't see him hang up or anything like that.
Oh.
And I was like, where'd she go?
she's just there listening.
But anyway, I didn't like. That's why it's like the Cornetto scene. Like that wasn't even how I would have wanted it.
No, I can agree. No, that's fair.
Who directed this again?
I think it's Matthew Lopez.
It was a guy.
Yeah, I know. Men.
I mean, like I know there. Did you see the thing? I know there was good representation in terms of like, you know how Alex says like, there's not a lot of people that like look like me with a Z in their name who like immigrated. But that was the director like does. They were like, oh my god, Z in the name, but still, I was like, damn. Anyway,
No, it's super cool.
Side tangent.
Because I think the director, don't quote me on
Who
it,
is this?
but I think he's also queer. So
Okay.
I think like that helps it to a certain extent. It's just I personally, if I was directing, I would have done things a little differently, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I can say that with literally every movie I've ever seen.
Right. I have never actually felt this palpable. If I was the director, I would do it differently.
Really?
Than I have with this book. Maybe it's because we already had our source material.
Yeah, I
Do you
think
know what
that's
mean?
why. Because like
You
book
did the source
adaptations are
material dirty.
You did. Like I still love the movie, and like I would watch it again, obviously, and like I had a blast seeing it and everything. But still, like I'm upset about it.
No, I've still seen it 3 times, and it's still a very important movie to me. However, Matthew Lopez here, I'm googling it. A Tony-winning playwright.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I don't feel like
That's
digging.
fair.
Anyway, I wanted to know, but it's not worth it anymore. So, directorial-wise, I don't know how much you have to say, but I do know one of the only things I have to say about directorial is, well, a lot of things, actually, but one of my biggest was, we've already talked about the, like, crowd scene outside Buckingham Palace.
Yes.
I totally would have done that so differently. Like, this movie was supposed to be, in my brain, supposed to be like a celebration of queerness, and like that was their moment right then and there.
And it feels very glossed over.
Yeah. Sweeping crowds, like pride flags, picket signs, like all kinds of shit like that. Like a bunch of gay people like vibing in the street. Like we missed that. Plus, they did all of the Instagram live stuff and like Instagram texting calls in the beginning. And then where'd that go? That was your moment to like dial into the social media aspect, and where'd it go?
So true.
Anyway, that's like y'all really, that could have been a big moment for TikTok editors too that they lost.
Yeah.
And that's on that.
Speaking of like the text messages and emails and social media aspect.
I think same about the emails too.
Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like the emails and text and everything did not do it justice. I think that in the book, like you'd like, they gave us some content, and I understand that it's hard to like capture everything in a movie, but like they didn't even like pick like the best lines or like the best emails and stuff, and like they could have done it for longer as well. Like there are some scenes that I didn't feel like were extremely necessary later on or stuff, or like cut down the stupid reporter plot a little bit. Oh my gosh! Also, how
I guess they needed to anyway.
Yeah, but also how they removed, I think his name was Luke, his high school friend.
Oh my god!
Like
literally.
I also like. I mean, it's just like a small element.
He was the only experiment, and he said he's been with 2 guys.
Exactly.
And because of that new guy.
Yeah, I'm like, you did not.
The whole thing
I'm like, you could have totally included Luke and not have mentioned that he's like hooked up with the reporter.
Also, so hard for him in the book to recognize that him being with Luke was like a gay thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
And like that, like I don't know, like I feel like it offers like a different like coming of age experience, like when you like experiment in high school and then like reflect on it later and like, oh, like this actually reveals something about me that I didn't know, you know, at the time. And like it says something about like his childhood and growing up, you know, it gives more to him as a person, and they didn't include that. They include some like more recent thing, and like obviously like people come into their queerness at like any point in time, but like I feel like it was very important for that character.
Yes.
And like they just glossed over it, and it's such a minuscule detail that they could have added.
And for queer people to feel relatable, it's always when you're in like your queerness, you always look back.
Exactly.
And you're like, oh, I should have known.
Yeah.
Like in so many instances, and that was for him. Oh my god.
No, yeah. Like in middle school, I just thought this guy was really nice. Looking back on it later, he was nice to me. I liked him.
Max from Zack and Cody. Do you remember that girl?
Yeah.
I should have known.
Oh, that makes... I see that for you.
Yeah. No, I know. I wanted to be her so bad. Hello? Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to think of, like...
But the emails could have done so much better. And, like, they, like... I feel like they left out a lot of the PSs that they include in the book. Like, they just build, like, a lot to their characters and to their relationship. And, like... I feel like, honestly, they included more of, like, the raunchiness rather than, like, the more sentimental spots. And, like, that's what I wanted. Like, I feel, obviously, like, I just feel like, also, sorry, the sex scene, where, like, the hand retracts.
Oh, I know. My friend said she loved that, and I was like, I can't.
I liked it when it, like, when they grasped hands, but then I was like, it got
like
a little long.
Much, a little much.
I was like, when, like...
It wasn't tender to me.
Yeah, it...
Like, it was, but at least my opinion.
No, I know.
It's not tender.
I feel like it comes more down to Alex for me.
No,
like...
it's literally Alex. I'm so sorry to Taylor Zakar Perez, but I can't. Okay, I don't think we talked about this yet. Bridget, my friend, told me their friend said something. I think it was their friend Kira. They were talking about the sexualization of queerness in this movie. And like you just said, like, there's a lot more raunchiness than tenderness and falling in love.
Yeah.
And I think it was a very interesting take because for us, for me, this book is very much, even though it is like smut,
it has like its raunchy parts,
it's like
but they fall in love.
Falling in love.
There's a lot of elements to their character,
and it in a way does have that kind of like, this is a gay movie for the straights because it is so raunchy and sexualized.
I can definitely see that,
and that's why like we don't get a glimpse into Alex's like depths because like he's a hot bod.
Yeah,
that like
for sure.
goes on a run.
Yeah.
And has
the
like
run scenes.
The smallest bi crisis ever. Yeah, he goes on like runs at midnight because he's so stressed. I also mix fanfic and canon, but whatever.
Oh, fair enough. I do love one scene that they included at the New Year's party where everyone drops a
Oh, that was good. Directorial.
That was so perfect.
They nailed that one.
Matthew Lopez, you did good.
That was a
good scene.
For sure.
I love that. And then like when Henry sees him making out with the girls and like goes off and stuff. I really love those scenes and like the I like the tree scene. Like I don't have a problem with the tree scene.
I think it's so weird though how he's just standing looking at a tree. Anyway.
Right. But it's a very moment of...
No, it was good.
But I love that scene.
The quote about Henry's smile, I don't know what it is, but it's like Henry's like political photo smile and then his like scrunched up actually genuine smile, and he has that when he's like screaming the countdown with Alex, and I think that's very tendy.
It is. So they had those like some of the moments. It's just I feel like to have fully like I don't know like divulged us into their relationship. I think you are right. Like I feel like it does like it does lean towards, I won't say falls into, but it does lean towards like a gay movie for the straights, you know?
Mm-hmm. Again, that was my friend who said that. I don't want to take full credit.
Fair. Well, I do agree with their point to a certain extent, you know? Like, obviously, like, I still loved it, and I even told you after the movie that, like, I felt super seen after seeing it, and, like, especially, like, seeing, like, queer characters that are supposed to be around my age, you know? It's super important. Like, representation, like, is so meaningful and impactful, like, when you see, like, yourself reflected on screen. And, like, obviously, like, I'm a huge fan of the show Heartstopper, but, like, it's a completely different experience in watching, like, the things that you didn't get to experience, but, like, you're watching, like, these queer kids now experience, you know?
Right.
Versus, like, seeing someone your own age still being able to experience that. Because, like, obviously, like, you grow up, like, with, like, straight people experiencing all of those things in high school, and then you don't, and then you see it reflected, and it's, like, you're happy, but you're also, like, sad at the same time, and this, like, I left feeling elated after, like, seeing that representation was fantastic.
Which, at the end of the day, like, that's what it's all about. Like, we can
true.
pick it apart. And, again, I've seen it 3 times now, so I can really pick it apart. But it's, like, at the end of the day, it's, like, if we can get that from at least one person, and I'm sure it's not just you, I'm sure it's, like, thousands and thousands of people, and it's, like, okay, we won.
Sure. definitely. It was definitely a win for the guests.
I mean, and like you said, you were elated after watching it. I do want to say, I had a great time watching this movie.
I did too. It was so much fun.
Apart from the source material as its own movie, freaking the best.
No, like, I gave it 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. Like,
I gave it 4.5.
That's a high-ass rating for me.
I give 4.5, and then an extra half star for the fact that it's red, white, and
of course,
blue.
Of course.
So it did get 5 stars in my book, despite everything I have to say.
See, it's just like, I have to work really hard on I struggle with separating it from the source material.
I know, it's tough.
And so, like, everything I'm upset about today is related to the source material and the adaptation. But as separate pieces of media, I really enjoyed it. I still freaking hate the reporter, Miguel.
I agree.
But
that's good. That means he did it right.
That's true. No,
Away from the source material.
Yeah. But I much would have rather had the Raph plot line from the book, and I feel like it would have taken an equal amount of time. And, like, also, like, I feel like that's such a reflection of, like, Alex's character, like, because he, like, often discusses, like seeing people who like are like him. And Raph, for those of you who don't know or don't remember, was a queer. What was his? Was senator?
I think he was Congress. I
Congressman.
don't remember.
That's
It's been
okay.
a while since I read the book.
No, me too.
I don't remember exactly what it is.
But it was
I know
like
Alex had
he wanted to go into
internship
politics,
with
and
him.
he didn't realize he was queer yet. And then it was a whole thing, and like he ended up being a good guy. Versus I don't think Miguel had a redemption arc.
No, he didn't. He just
and so it was a whole thing. He did just suck.
like it was super. He literally leaked the article. I honestly fully can't remember why Roth leaked it. I know it was a whole like double back thing, but he leaked those articles literally just because Alex was like, "I'm never hooking up with you again,"
literally,
which is like so lame.
Also, like I don't know, like obviously, like Miguel was queer in the film, so it's like I don't know how people have like the audacity to like out someone else. You know, I'm like, you went through the same thing. Like, do you want to respect that? Like, you're just doing it for political gain. Politics, don't get me started.
Right.
Also, I feel like they could have expanded the turkey scene more.
For sure. Oh, I absolutely
and
agree.
Like the call and everything, like in the book is so cute, and he's like, "Listen to them gobble, it's scary."
I do love that they like put Henry in the bed.
That
like the whole text.
Those were cool editing. Like
I've never seen that done so well.
No, that
instead of like
was
split
really
screen
done.
or something, that was really cool.
No,
I would have loved so much more of that. Like, give me a whole movie of that. Yeah, for real.
I see. Like, there were just certain parts that I feel like they could have expanded on a bit more, and like. If they're gonna edit the storyline, like they could have edited it in a way like that, like expanded. I just don't feel like they fully developed their relationship.
Can I get your take on the museum scene, like the whole thing? I would love to know what you think.
Honestly, I think their song choice was questionable.
Me too. Me too.
I just remember watching it and like I wasn't like as enthralled in it as I wanted to be. Like, I really wanted to love it, but it did feel, like, a little awkward and a little, like, I don't know what the word is.
It was weird.
It was.
That's, like, if I'm gonna pull up a song, why would it be that song?
Yeah.
With the music, well, actually, anything else about the museum scene?
I don't think so at the moment, but I did see a TikTok that was someone retracing, like, the steps from the palace to the museum.
Really
it was, like, a
walk.
30-minute walk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where was that?
What was the museum again?
Oh,
VMA? Is that what they said?
Sure.
I don't know it. Anyway, I did see that.
What are your thoughts on the museum scene?
I don't know. Was that in the book?
It was.
I don't remember that, to be so honest with you. But I don't know. It was kind of uncomfy. Like, I was like, again, it's because of the casting. I hate to be. I don't remember
if it is in the book.
I don't want to be a hater, but it just was like, it was sweet. It was really cool and really cute and really sweet. But just like, again, how it was performed, I was like, eh. And the song, again, was super weird. But I did love how, like, Henry was always looking at the statue and Alex was always looking at Henry. I thought that was really sweet. That is cute.
That's a good direction.
And I am really glad they made the history line actually done.
Better not have cut that.
I'm glad it was dialogue, too.
Yeah.
I thought that was sweet. But about the soundtrack, they missed their mark on everything.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the playlist you sent me had a lot of Taylor Swift in it. And I think...
Taylor Swift's discography is made for this movie.
Literally. And, like, I think, was it the director or someone didn't like Taylor Swift?
Wasn't it Casey, the author?
Oh, it was the author. That's who it was, yeah. I saw a post. Don't quote me on it. But, the author doesn't like Taylor Swift, but there were so many songs that would have fit in perfectly.
No, literally. Dress,
London Boy. I love London Boy.
Like, so many, like, I can't even begin. Lover, I mean, just in itself.
I feel like the soundtrack really could have hit.
Paper Rings, I can't.
Even, like, if they had, like, 2 Taylor Swift songs or one, whatever. Like, it could have really hit if they just
No.
had different song
If they did
choices.
like 2 in place, yeah, they had all like random like it felt like what's it called, royalty free. I felt like I was just watching a bunch of royalty free music.
But I heard talks about a possible sequel.
Yeah,
Which
which I think
sick.
I'll eat that up. I mean, I'm eating this up.
No,
despite what
I
have to
would
say.
love that. And oh my
Let's
gosh.
keep it going.
Right? Or release a 3-hour version, please. I would watch the hell out of that.
I know I said I didn't need to rewatch it. I kind of want to rewatch it now.
I kind of want to rewatch
We
it
were gonna
too.
watch for the people at home. We were gonna watch
For those
it,
listening.
to like prepare for this, but then I was like, no, I don't need to. But now I kind of.
I know we should watch it.
Kinda
We'll watch it after.
Yeah,
we'll come
watch
back
it
at
after.
it. Also, though, one of the directorial things that I really appreciated was the lake scene. And
Alex is so thick. He is. Anyway.
And like when like Alex was like confessing like his like love for him, and like the look on his face, I do feel like it was a little prolonged, but I loved it. And like the dive in the lake
Henry's
after,
face?
yeah,
I agree.
and like
Did you see the water scene was actually a camera test pre-production?
no,
And they decided it was so good that they just used it.
oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
Anyway, just saw that. I wish they added the note too, because he left a note. He was like, family emergency, gotta go, or something like that. Because he didn't actually leave without saying nothing. But
That's true.
look at that timing. Just looking at the how long we've been.
30 minutes.
Okay.
It wasn't Luke, it was Liam. That's the guy's
Oh,
name.
Liam. Apologies to book fans everywhere.
Sorry,
that
don't
is
add
on
us.
us.
The high school
The high school
experience.
boys. Oh, and I didn't like how they directorial again. I didn't like how they did the election party scene.
That's fair.
Totally different in my head.
I can see
whatever.
that. And like, it didn't in the book, like, in the movie Henry was there the entire time, but then in the book didn't he like show up late to surprise Alex?
Yeah, I think they cut a lot out of it.
Yeah, I mean they were probably rushing at that point. I mean it was probably more an editorial.
Yeah, just in terms of
thing.
set design too. I was like,
It was a weird layout.
this is not how I saw this.
I pictured it more like more eventy, not like
Yes.
in the room. You know,
Yeah.
like I thought like I
Like
watched
a
a documentary
set-up
about like
watch party.
yeah, exactly. Like I watched a documentary about AOC and like people and like other women running at the time.
Yes,
And
I watched that
they
too.
like had like an event, like more of like
Yeah.
an event space rather than
Yeah,
like
with
okay,
like
we're all in the
streamers
apartment.
and shit. Like they were just like literally in a hotel.
Yeah,
Anyway, I saw more of that, but whatever.
that's fair. Pray to God, please release the 3-hour version.
Hoping for the 3-hour version.
But overall, great movie, great book. Not the best adaptation, but they're both super solid.
But still, what a fun time.
It was.
I giggled so much. Comedic timing wasn't Vicky. Like, that was funny as hell.
Oh, I remember they did have a lot of funny lines and like funny moments and stuff. What? Go for it.
I just have to talk. The most unblemished, perfect scene is when she walks in on them having
Yes.
like slept over the night before
In
the
the hotel.
Democratic convention.
Yeah.
That was the best. That like they don't need to do anything to that scene. It's perfect.
I like the shot of his butt.
Yeah, man ass. I can't do.
I know
man
you
ass.
can't.
I
I
can't.
can't.
Like Jesus Christ, I didn't sign up for that. But anyway,
I'm not complaining.
that was the perfect. That was the perfect scene. That's sorry. I got really excited. What were you gonna say?
I forgot.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's not your fault. Oh my gosh. No, I had a great time watching it. And
So much fun.
I'm kind of want to
Oh,
watch
we were
it
talking
again.
about comedy.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
The comedic timing was great, and I love the lines. There was one thing that they changed from the book,
I know what you're gonna say.
and it was a line. I think I can't remember. What's her name?
Zara.
Zara. Okay, that's what I thought. Zara says a line, and in the movie, it's you better like act like the sun shines out of his ass, and in the book, it's you better act like the sun shines out of the tip of his dick. And I think the tip of the dick one is funnier. I think they both like got the job done, but like since I read the book and I remember that line, like I think it's just funny and well, I guess maybe. What after the sex scene, it's more reflective of
Well,
things.
that's why I was like,
So maybe it does make sense, but I don't know. I think the tip of the dick is funnier.
we didn't even go into the polo scene, but
Oh,
It was good. I thought it was cute.
Policy.
I do wish we had a little bit of them eating lunch. Did you see the picture with like Pez?
Yeah,
Nora?
I wanted more Pez.
Yeah, not enough Pez.
And the ending was different. Like how they didn't include the part where like Henry takes over Pez's like charity in New York and is gonna be there, and then Alex goes to New York and whatnot. You know, so like they like I feel like they didn't really like.
Also, what school did he go to in the movie? Do you remember? It didn't. Because didn't he
Georgetown?
Oh, he did.
I think so.
Okay, because he had the UT sticker.
Oh, I think that's because
just because of the dad.
Yeah, I think because of the
Austin
dad.
And blah blah blah.
The dad had a great coming out moment, or like not the dad coming out, but a great response to Alex coming out in the film.
I did like how they did that.
That was really well done.
But also in the book, again, separated perfect. But in the book, it was also a really big moment for Alex.
True.
So.
I liked the
It was good. It was such a good movie.
I like the
after everything I just said.
I think you pointed this out, but the mom in the book says Alex tells her like, "Can you just be a mom for a second?"
Yes. Where was
like
that line?
That was a really important line.
Yeah. Like I don't want to talk to the president. I need to talk to mom. Right
exactly, and like I think that's like really key and shows like a definitive in their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And again, more just depth to Alex. I needed a little bit more depth. We got the depth from Henry because of
all the
Nick's incredible performance, especially
I
with
love him.
I will not trade one prison for another. Like that, like we saw Henry, but we didn't see Alex.
Yeah.
Does he even cry in this damn movie?
I don't think so.
Anyway.
I think, they just need to spend... I think they might have rushed Alex's development a little because they thought, like, oh, well, he's the kind of, like, the main character or like, the main focus at first.
And it's a movie.
True.
You can only do so much. But, like,
TV series, where you at?
I know.
Develop my characters. Develop my boys.
Could have used that.
But overall, such a great experience. Would watch again. Would recommend. Just upset about the little adaptation parts and some of the directorial aspects.
Mm-hmm.
But I did walk away with a free poster that I did steal from
the
the movie theater.
We didn't even talk about that.
So I lived for that experience.
Where's the poster now? Give us an update.
It's hanging by my bed.
Cute.
I can't live without it. I can't wait to put it in my apartment.
Oh, yeah, it's perfect. I'm glad you took it instead of me.
But if you ever want it.
No, it's good. Again, I have hate for TZP apparently, so I can't. I love him, but I can't. The bookmark is enough.
That's fair. Well,
I guess
that's all, folks.
That's where we're at. I really just feel like I was screaming about a movie this whole time.
That's okay. We pretty much were.
This is truly for me.
But thank you to whoever, if ever anyone listens. This was mostly for us, and it was fun.